Hello knitters, Bailey from Strands Knitting Studio in San Clemente. And today I have what I'm wearing, an oldie but a goodie, cables, weekend sweater, and brioche. So stay tuned. First off, what I'm wearing is this is the Boteh, Boteh, B-O-H-E-T, I think it is. It'll be up here, it'll be in the things. This is crocheted. This was my courthouse sanity back, I don't know, a long time ago now, where I ended up with a 5-week jury duty in downtown LA. I lived in Pasadena, the South Pass at the same time, so the drive was not the problem. It was 5 weeks of jury duty. And back then, I don't know what it is now, but back then you could take in a crochet hook, you couldn't take in a knitting needle. So I crocheted, which actually was quite fun. So this is an oldie but a goodie pattern. It's been around for a while, obviously, and was a very popular pattern. I don't know if you can see the little lace parts here. Well, you can see that there's holes everywhere, right? Woo! But anyways, this is what I did to keep my sanity. I think I made several of them because, yeah, it was terrible. So anyways, Boteh Scarf, still good. This is done out of a fingering weight. I don't know what hook size I was on. So, but I'll have a link to the pattern below in this video. So just go below and there'll be a link to the pattern and everything. So next thing is the upcoming class, and the Weekender is a very good beginning sweater. It's a rectangle that you actually knit in the round. So you're knitting in the round, and then you pick up sleeves and knit the sleeves down. There's no sewing, there's some Kitchenering, but it's good to learn some Kitchenering. It's adorable. We're doing it out of the Hanui silk, which is 65% merino and 35%, I think that's right, 35% silk. And as I've said before, it feels more silky than merino. And we got our color that's now the same color I used, but those are our colors that we have in. This one, if I were making myself one, it'd probably be this one because that's more of the color. This doesn't do me any good. But anyway, so we do have a darker color for you that the lighter colors don't work. This works. So that's that. And that's this Sunday. And you should get in here if you can before Sunday so that you can get your yarn and you can knit up a swatch. If you can't last minute, we'll make it work. We'll just get you knitting up a swatch. And yeah, we'll make it work. So it's got a lot of positive ease, so the fit isn't as crucially, like there's a lot of room for some movement in the fit. So anyways, Weekender, Andrea Mowry, hugely popular pattern, been knitted a million times, well, thousands of times. And this yarn is, I just can't tell you enough about this yarn. This yarn is just so amazing, and it's so drapey, and there's color moving. It's all natural colored off the sheep. There's no dyeing of these colors. There's sheep from New Zealand, and it's beautiful. Okay, then we have our brioche class coming up on the 16th. It's the Sunday after Easter at 10 o'clock. And so yeah, brioche. So this is 2-color brioche. It's a good beginning brioche pattern. You start up here, you do this part right here, it's in the round, so you're only doing one of the brioche stitches, like there's a knit and purl, there's a knit and a purl one. You'll be only doing the knit one. And so this part's easy. And then when you get that down, then at the bottom there is some shaping. I'll put a picture of this into solid colors so you can really see the pattern, because you can't really see the pattern so well in this one. And then we have a new yarn by Jody Long, called Cottontails, which is a cotton yarn. I haven't looked at the label. Let's see what the label says it is. I know it's cotton, but yeah, it's just 100% cotton. But it's really, really soft. This is really soft yarn. So I'm gonna knit myself that cowl just because I have knitted it years and years ago. So I feel like I need to knit it again so I know what I'm talking about. And I'm gonna use this cotton and these 2 colors. So it'll be a totally different look for the cowl. And this is nice, soft, not as warm, so it's sort of on the cooler days, but not cold days, you know. But yeah, so I'm gonna use those 2, the Cottontails. And you only need 120, if you're using DK worsted weight, you need 125 yards of the 2 yarns, and you're on a size 8, 24-inch needle. And that's all, you need to sort of know how to knit and you don't have to know you need to know how to knit. because you could be knitting and slipping and doing lots of stuff. But anyway, so that's brioche. It's a beginning brioche class, and we'll also talk about how to fix it, because that's where the issue sort of shows up, is I did it wrong, now what do I do? And so we'll get that going too, so you don't have to worry about that. And that's that. So that's the 16th of April. It's April, tomorrow's April. So that's the 16th, the Sunday after Easter, 10 o'clock here. Okay. Last thing, it's March to the Finish, last weekend. So I'll still take pictures through Sunday, and Monday, Tuesday is when I'll do the drawing. So get it done. We have quite a few people have done a lot of things. So yay for you that have finished things, because I know it feels really good. So get your things in, svaylynnknits@gmail.com. Send me your pictures so that I can get you in the drawing. And last but not least, I'm going to talk about, I've had lots of people do our year blanket class now, and they said, like, we would love to do another blanket class. And I'm like, well, what would we do? And so we decided to do cables. And so what I've found, I didn't design it, I found a beautiful cable blanket that's a little different. And instead of being square blocks always, it's got some different shaped blocks. So it's really beautiful. So I've got 2 of the blocks done now, and we're going to be using Cascade Aran. So it's just like a heavy worsted, and we're on, well, you end up with 3 needle sizes, but we're on 10, 9. You're mostly knitting on a 9. You're casting on and casting off with 10s and 8s. And it's not real casting on and casting off. You're knitting an I-cord. So you're knitting an I-cord for the beginning, you're picking up the stitches, and then, so here's the center block. This is the center block. This won't be the first block you make, but this is the center block. I think this may be the most difficult block in the thing. I don't know yet, because I haven't knitted them yet. So that's the center block. This yarn's it's washable, all that stuff, but it's very soft and cozy. And then here's one of the side blocks. And the center block would be like here. And there'll be another side block, a different cable pattern, but this shape. And then, yeah. So this class will start on the second Sunday in July, which is July 9th, from 10 to 12. And I think we'll run it the second Sundays. We may have a month, like there's 4 blocks that are on the bigger side. So we may make that a 2-month project or something. We'll see. We haven't, still in progress here, but I am setting a date, because I need a date so that I can get as much done. And I have like a date that I have a deadline. I have a deadline. Deadlines are good. So anyway, so if you're interested, you'll let us know. You'll be ordering the yarn beforehand. I highly suggest one color. I mean, you can choose 2 colors, but I think it's so elegant looking, and it'll be mostly elegant looking in one color. Now, cream is like the go-to color, but it can be any color, and this yarn comes in many colors. So what you'll do is you'll come in, you'll pick a color, and then Christine will order the yarn for you, because we're needing like a bag. I don't know yet. I don't know yet what we need, but we need at least a bag, and maybe a bag and a half. I'm not quite sure. So we'll need at least 10 skeins, and as I get a little further on, I'll be able to narrow down the amount of yarn a little better. But anyway, so that's coming up in July. So I'm just sort of putting out there so you can think about it and see if you want to do it. It'll be the second Sunday, always the second Sunday, so you can block those out for traveling or whatever. Or if you miss a class, you miss a class. It happens, you know, you're not going to be able to make every class. That's okay. You'll catch up. So, sort of excited about this class. This is really fun. And this cable, these look a lot harder than they are. They're very sort of repetitive. There's not a trillion different cables in them. There's like 4. And yeah, but you'll get really good at reading the charts, because it's really, you need to read charts. It's so much easier if you're reading the charts than if you're reading the words. And the charts, you'll get the charts after you do it a bit. You'll understand what's going on with the chart. You highlight the chart. You do lots of stuff to make it easy. And but that's the stuff you'll learn. So, and how to keep track of it, because that's probably my hardest part, is like in the line on the chart, like keeping actually track of where I'm exactly at without constantly dealing with the chart too much. So anyways, so you'll learn the chart reading, and I've got tricks and tips on that, and you'll learn all about cabling, and there's tricks and tips on that, because you can do this without a cable needle. I have found a new cable needle that I like a lot. Because it sort of stays out of your way. And so, yeah, you'll just learn, you'll be a master at cabling by the end of it. So there you go. So that's in July. All right, that's it for the week. And I hope to see you in the studio real soon. Bye.